T-Rex isn't feeling that good. Mitt, you want to join us? See how fast Steve leaves that sink. It's a lot of work going out the door. Gotta fuel up. It'd be pretty rare if I get to the bottom of the stairs before Steve does. I win. See ya. 51 degrees, almost 8 o'clock, October 22, and the barometer back up to 29.35. Can you jump against the door and run out, Steve? Oh, not bad, not bad. T-Rex is on the inactive, injured list today. Blue sky, cold air advection. I am not going to lose you this time like I did last weekend. I have my headset on, so I'm going to challenge the wind, which is nowhere near as strong as it usually is with such a low barometer. It's breezy, but it's from the west, which is best. There is the storm cloud moving out to sea. Here is me making sure I don't lose my cat. And beautiful. Oh, there's a dog. That's the same dog I saw when I was looking for you, Steve, last weekend. Remember that? Very friendly dog, and it's human is going to be coming along here any second. All right, so there's the storm cloud way out there. Here's what it looks like from space. We have a nice clear sky over eastern Massachusetts, but it's not going to last long. Instability cumulus will be developing. Can we see any of those over there? Yeah, you can already see them. There's the backside of this storm is going to send down a trough of low pressure at all levels of the atmosphere, really. The weather stick kind of pointed sideways and down. It's not a bad day. Head of the Charles Regatta. Breezy, chilly. Temperature's going to top out about 60. Good passive solar this morning. Will turn into clouds with a few showers this afternoon. Barometer at my house last night got down below 29 inches. 28.99 inches. Logan Airport didn't quite get that low. I was thinking back, when was the last time I saw a barometer that low? I think of those big storms back in October 2 years ago. Didn't get that low. How about October, the perfect storm, 91? Not even close. That was pretty much a high barometer storm. And so I remembered there was a big fire in Hampton, New Hampshire. And it was a very low barometer day. So I Googled Hampton fire, and I came up with February 25, 26, 2010. The barometer got down to 28.84 or so in Boston. So I think last night was the lowest barometer. Here's the map, by the way, of that storm. A lot more isobars in most of the sub 29-inch storms, which is sub about 980 or so. So whenever you see a storm in the 970s, you know there's going to be a lot of wind. The problem with this one, the reason it's not that windy, not a problem, I'm happy about it, is that the isobars are spread pretty far apart. It's a very broad low-pressure area with more than one center. I guess if we had to define one center, it would be in the Gulf of the St. Lawrence right now, on the divide between Quebec and Nova Scotia, where the barometer is still reading about 977. That's around 28.85, somewhere in there. So anyhow, lack of high pressure. I beat that one to death yesterday. So what's next? Steve, what's next? The snow level, it's interesting. The top of Mount Washington is a little colder today at 5,000 feet than it is at 6,000 feet. So there's a cold layer coming at us. And the tops of, say, Whiteface and Mount Mansfield and Jay Peak may get frosted with this one. Mount Washington is snowy again this morning, but all that snow from earlier in the week is all pretty much melted. And so we have this low pressure system, and there's actually another low forming. Here's the surface map this afternoon. You got the primary low way out there, and then another low kind of forming in northern Maine with all these orange dashed lines. Those are the surface troughs, and even upper level troughs still with us. Instability, water temperature here, and it's about 58, and then you only have to go up less than 5,000 feet to get to the freezing level. So that's instability with a warmer air from the sun heating the land, lifting and cooling and condensing with those clouds. And you may get a shower with some grapple in it, some snow at the higher elevations, maybe Mitch in Reedsboro, Vermont. Maybe Mitch, you'll see a little bit of snow in your air today, but certainly not accumulating. Killington could try and turn on the guns today, but it might be a waste of resources based on the future forecast. future forecast. Is that redundant? The future is uncertain for certain. That's also redundant. The guidance, the Euro caved to the GFS last night with the front that's coming at New England or Eastern Canada this week. Let's go there first and then talk about the tropics. So here's the high pressure system cresting over us tomorrow night. So if there is a frosty morning in the lower elevations, it will be Tuesday morning. Then that high goes south of us, and a big change from somewhat yesterday, but especially 48 hours ago. The front in southeastern Canada does not come as far southeast, and it looks like the high pressure to our south will remain in control. That means our air will be coming from the south and west, and we'll have a few days near 70 or better, especially away from the cooler water, which would be at the south coast. So Boston and areas west may hit 70 to 75 now Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, it still looks like we're on the warmer side. Then over the weekend, it gets a little muddled. That front gets into southeastern Canada with waves of low pressure coming along. And at this point, it's a lot warmer than the Euro had it a couple days ago, but the GFS was pretty consistent that it's going to be on the warm side. We're going to be on the warm side here next weekend. It'd be the 7th week in a row with a weekend dilemma forecast, but this time it's not a powerful northwest Atlantic storm. It's a front and where you position the storm. And as for the depth of the storm going across Canada, it was a 960 something a couple days ago. Now it's more like 1,000 millibars. So to say there's uncertainty is an understatement. Now to the tropics. Hurricane Tammy did lash Barbuda with Cat 1 conditions last night. And Tammy, which all the guidance, including the Hurricane Center, said would be picked up by this front that's going out to sea now, and Tammy would be driven well east of Bermuda. Well, guess what? This front is now expected to go by without picking up Tammy, and the future of Tammy, highly uncertain. There's a spaghetti plot you can find on tropicaltidbits.com all over the place. And how about the Euro? The Euro guidance, there it goes, kind of to the north. It still looks like a hurricane. Oh, now it's taking a left towards the United States, and it's weakening dramatically. But it could be off of Florida. I don't know if you remember, 3 days ago I said, what is that off of Florida late next week? Is that Tammy? And at that point, the guidance said no, it clearly was not Tammy. But now the guidance says, yes, it is Tammy to the east of Florida next weekend. So that's something interesting to watch. If we have a front coming through the Midwest and something tropical off of Florida, that could be interesting, as they say. All right, so how'd my headset work? I've been doing some zooming, so I'm assuming that the audio is kind of all over the place. I'm hoping that the wind is not overwhelming us. And we are going for a walk to look at some pretty colors. Oh yeah, speaking of pretty colors, Jeffrey Baker, the drone man from Northampton, Massachusetts, at sunset yesterday, caught a rainbow and then incredible color. Today is a great day to go look at foliage and right out your door here in southern New England. Maybe not so much near Boston, but nice day for a ride this morning with this low light. And also Chris in Connecticut. He said, sugar maple may not be that strong this year, but the birch and the other maples are coming on beautifully. Thank you, Chris and Jeffrey, for sharing. It is foliage season, and it should be a nice day for a ride in most spots. Wet north. And we picked up 0.65. Yesterday I told you that the NAM had 1.5 for Boston, rainfall in 6 hours yesterday. That was overdone. So the entire event now, I've picked up a 0.09 yesterday, about 3/4 of an inch of rain for TK out of this. So an underachiever in the rainfall department, which is kind of what I expected here, as there was 2 energy centers, one west and another one well to the east. So it could have been much worse if we ever had joined that tropical plume that went into Nova Scotia. If that had ever got wrapped into the center of this storm, we would have been dealing with a 960 something storm. So could have been worse. Baggy isobars, the reason we've had the lowest barometer in almost 13 years with the least amount of wind, which I can't stop talking about. No one else in the weather world seems that impressed by it. I don't see the other meteorologists talking about how low the barometer is. So I'm in my own world here. Love taking down the data. I write everything down and make these videos. And that sparrow appreciates it. I'll leave you with the docks coming out yesterday, kind of play-by-play in the storm and play-by-play in the docks coming out. And some time-lapse underneath the Four River Bridge. That's always fun, huh? Talk to you later. Foliage. 12:45, Saturday, October 21. And it's finally started to rain. It's been raining in western New England for a day and a half. Really two different systems. Anyhow, we're finally seeing the consolidation of one low-pressure system south of New England. There it is, impressive on satellite. And according to my Tempest weather system, which sporadically works, the barometer here in North Weymouth is down to 29.14. That's very low barometer, and the wind is picking up a little bit from the east. I heard the docks were going to be leaving about 12:30, but it looks like I missed it. Is that them about to go right underneath the Four River Bridge? It looks like it. All right, chase is on. Not sure if I made it in time or not. They could have gone by already, I guess. Do you know Scooby? Who's Scooby? This is Scooby's Park. Right here down next to the power plant, across from the Salem. And where many of the ferries park. Quincy, it's Quincy over there. I'm in Weymouth. And I think I might have missed him. I think I was right on time. This is half zoom, 1 zoom, 2 zoom. How about 3? 3 zoom. How much zoom do you want? I want max. Max zoom. Max is 9 zoom. There it is. Straighten it out, go a little forward. And let's leave it right here for a second or 2 or 3. Very good. You guys got it down. Ready, flash to 0.5 zoom. Ready? 0.5 zoom. All right, go back to 2. 3. 5. Oh, shoot. 5.7. So many things go by the house on boats. Like that building right there. Once a Coast Guard station in Chatham. Saw that go by a couple years ago. Still just sitting there. Cashman owns it. Don't know what he's gonna do with it. There's the power plant. I think it might be gas fueled now. I'm not sure. I should know more about that, shouldn't I? Foliage. Jet. Up there somewhere. Out the door, out another door, always going outdoors. Never know who you're gonna meet outdoors in any kind of weather.
Rain or shine.
Whether or not.
There you go.
You're gonna go out and work. Making a hood for the, why not? Why not? Ahead of the rain and the wind. So you know what's happening down the other end of this
I thought you might have been out there.
To say that I am a boatyard troll would not be incorrect. We're packed 3 deep in here. And if I get my math right, they should be coming around the corner here. And if I get my recollection right, this might be the Huntress. Nope. Huntress, nope. So that's the Huntress, I think. Anyhow, how do you get around these boats? Look at that thing. This is Huntress. I knew she was around here somewhere. They got it down, huh? So that's the Wessagusset Yacht Club dock system. like it's gonna rain harder. Birds are relocating, and of course there's a jet going over us. Just right over there. Get rid of this foliage in the way, causing my camera to not focus right. I think the cormorants. Could be Brant. Could be Brant Cormorant. Really adding to our video today. Who's the boss? Who decides? We're gonna move over there, over there, over there. Reminds me of fishing with my dad 50 years ago. Fish are over there, fish are over there. Let's keep moving. That was about 13 minutes. 9 times zoom. Let's go to 1 time zoom. Boom. Can hardly see him. Nice little cove here. Protected from any wind, which is pretty much still non-existent, despite what your barometer may say. Pretty close to bombogenesis, the quietest bombogenesis you'll ever see. This cool little peninsula, I'm sure was, not sure, but likely was built on purpose to protect the cove here. You know where we are. Come here quite often. Walk out to the end and continue the time lapse. Actually, it's not time lapse. It's not taking an image. I'm using video and I'm speeding up the video. We were just over there by the Fore River. Cedar grow all over the place. Coming through, cedar, coming through. Whoop, whoop. Easy. Go up to the end of the point. Leave it on time lapse for a while and watch you guys come in. Out at the end of the peninsula now. Lead boat. Off to the left now would be Metropolitan and Braintree Yacht Clubs. Looking over towards Quincy, Braintree's on the left. I'm just gonna walk away from my camera now and leave it kind of right over here. All right, that's 21 minutes. High tide's not for 3 hours, so they get a lot of working room here, so to speak. All right, I think my job is done here. It's a 25-minute video, sped up, of course. I'm gonna use the rest of the day to call the play-by-play on the weather. And I can come back tomorrow and see how you guys all did, which I'm sure is gonna all work out. It always does. Thanks for putting up with me, even though most of you don't know that I'm standing here right now, right? All right, TK. On to the next mission. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I'm not leaving. Looks like there's a grill under there, and I heard someone just yell, "Anybody want a hot dog?" Yeah, for sure. Just past 4 o'clock, update. It's raining, not that hard, not as hard as the NAM said it was gonna rain. Air still coming in from the east-northeast, not that strong considering that the barometer on my Tempest weather instrument's down to 29.04 inches and continuing to fall. And another ship coming in with a little bit of a tailwind. 5 o'clock, and it's like someone just flipped a switch. Mother Nature, that is, with the wind. Still raining. The wind just came around. Now it's more north-northwest, gusting all of a sudden 20 to 30 miles an hour. Still get plenty of foliage to go. Burning bushes are looking good. Temperature should go down a few degrees in the next few minutes.